Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, broadcasting on the DVC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you're listening to Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Waitlist. This is our Welcome Home's kind of version of a topic-based show. So,
that was kind of terrible introduction. There you go,
how we always
Tom.
do it.
Started off right.
That's how we always do it.
Yeah.
That's literally. I mean, we don't have a whole thing that we do.
There's not. Is there waitlist music?
There is, yeah. There's Waitlist
Oh, okay.
music, yeah.
Okay.
There's
Probably
music.
fading out as we're talking.
Yeah, it's fading out right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fading out slowly right now over us talking.
So we have to waitlist because Tom's going on vacation.
Yeah.
Which is good.
So, yeah, which is good. We get a nice little. You guys will get a nice little vacation from doing podcasts, and I'll be at Disney. So,
Dude, I'm like doing a 2-hour podcast, so it doesn't really impact me. It actually works out well.
oh, good. Well, there's that. That's good. Wait, is it 2 hour on your other podcast?
Yeah, I think so. Wait, is this when are you actually away?
Well, so this'll come out on what is it, May 1st or 2nd?
The 3rd, you mean?
Sure. No, I think May 3rd is the Monday. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
May 3rd. Yeah.
Oh, no, it doesn't even help me that much. Gosh, you waitlist, you.
Yeah, we're not recording that weekend, so yeah.
Yeah, it's the weekend before. So don't expect much from me the weekend before this, everybody that's already listened.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
How do you tell people to not expect something in the past when you're...
That's, yeah.
Back to the Future. Doc Brown. I'm Doc Brown in it.
Yeah, it kind of just blew my mind there, Damon.
So somebody would have to listen to this show before listening to episode 124.
Well, no, they could still have held over anger from the last episode, you know.
I see, okay.
So this is the explanation for...
This is the explanation.
Right.
I see, okay. I'm still confused, I think, but it's all right.
It'll be fine.
This is the wait list. As Trevor actually pointed out, we're recording this almost to the day of our 4-year anniversary here. So almost to the day, but you're not going to hear this on our 4-year anniversary. But since I'm out, we're going to be doing a topic based show for this episode, and we got a lot of topics for the wait list, as you've heard. If you listen to us for a while, you know that we just get a lot of topics that are longer form topics. And this one we had gotten from Glenn about kind of like our dream, almost like our dream Disney Springs stores and restaurants and such that we could open, right?
Wait, is it in Disney Springs, or did it just say Disney, or did it say Disney?
Disney Springs. It says
Disney Springs specifically.
Oh boy. Okay.
I mean, I guess you could we can take it to whatever we want. I mean, it's our
I'm
show.
A
We can
rule
make rules.
abider. I follow whatever was laid out.
Yeah.
Well, his first question is, if you could open your own business in Disney Springs, what would you do? If you open a restaurant, what would you serve? If you open a store, what would you sell? Or would you open something more interactive like The Void? What would your unique concept be, and how much of a discount would members get? That's important, right?
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean,
members of this page. It's members of the page, not DVC members. So.
Oh, it's not DVC members?
No. It's like if you open a Welcome Home store, what would members of the group get?
Okay. Wait. So can we take this in 3 different avenues? Can we go restaurant, retail, and experience? Can we do all 3?
I think we can do all 3. Yeah.
You got time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna say I think that based on what already exists at Disney Springs, and for kind of where I lie in terms of food, like Morimoto's already there, so that's covered. I don't need to worry about that. I'm gonna say Italian. Like, I just don't necessarily know if there's really good, just straight Italian food at Disney Springs currently.
There's that one place, but I don't think it's gotten good reviews. Mario and Enzo's, right? Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say I would want to. I mean, we said restaurant, but I'll bend that a little bit.
I said Mario. It's Maria.
Oops.
Totally.
Mario on the brain a little. Is there a Bowser store too? I would say that I would like cookies, but there's just too much there already. Like, I'm going to let Gideon run that show, and I'm going to go Italian food. I think my menu is going to be like what I would like to do. So I would go non-American Italian for people that have been to Italy, like, that food that exists over there is a little different than what we consider Italian here. I think I'd go authentic Italian, and I'm going to say Southern Italian to boot, sort of restaurant, high-end quality sort of ingredients. And that's, I think, what I would do in terms of a restaurant. And, oh gosh, what would I call it, though?
I mean, is it going to have your name in it? I mean, are you going to like...
It might. I mean, I don't think so. Well, maybe it would just be... yeah.
Damon's Pastoria, so...
Oh,
no.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's a little too, self-indulgent, right?
It is a little... Would it just be Welcome Home in Italian? I mean...
What is Welcome Home in Italian?
Let me think. Hold on. Benvenuto a casa, maybe?
All right.
I mean, my Italian's a little rusty, but that's kind of like welcome back home, I guess.
That kind of works, though. I mean, like, you're thinking
welcome
like
back.
home-style Italian food. Yeah.
Benvenuto a casa.
I like it. It's funny because I looked up Enzo's and it's described... Okay, the tunnel bar. There's an Enzo's tunnel bar, too, but that it's described as Roman food, which I think is interesting.
Ooh, I mean, that does seem interesting, but...
Yeah.
No. That's what I'm going with.
All right, cool. I'm going to go with... I was going to go with Italian, but I'm changing it now because you did Italian, too.
Oh, I like going first. I always try to go first, so like I can get my idea in first.
All right, it's fair enough. I'm going to do a high-end grilled cheese place.
Oh, we have those here. They're good.
We got food trucks here that do that, too.
Yeah,
and so... Okay,
is it
I want to hear where
or a food truck?
I mean, it could. It's not going to be like a sit down place. It's more of like a quick service kind of place.
Kind of like the Guy Fieri chicken place.
Yeah. It's like it's a quick service kind of place. Yeah.
So what would you do with grilled cheese that would because I'm not like a huge fan of grilled cheese. What would you do that would make me want to walk in the door?
I mean, you could do a lot of different things. Like, I mean, not to steal like one of the ones that's down here, but there's one down here that has mac and cheese and pulled pork on a grilled cheese sandwich. It's amazing.
We have that as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like stuff like that I would go with, Just do some fancier kind of grilled cheese. I don't know.
You wouldn't necessarily do like high-end stuff because I think a high-end grilled cheese like caviar and grilled cheese.
Yeah, I would do
truffle and grilled cheese.
Yeah, truffles. Yeah, throw some truffles in there.
You can't have them both. You can't do that and then mac and pulled pork. Like, right? Are you going high-end? Are you going...
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I do both.
I mean, if the menu is entirely grilled cheese, you can have 4 or 5 variations, and you can go.
Oh, you can have 100 variations. I just don't know if the audience, you're saying you're going from it's Disney, right? So a $20 grilled cheese up to 100, like a Mr. Beast gold foil,
like have cheese. A super ridiculous one at the very top of
a gold one, gold leaf, white truffle and gold leaf.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You have the normal one, but then you have like the signature one that's like super expensive, but it's almost like a
but
it turns into a meme.
Well, not only that, but the problem is that how do you keep like expensive truffles that only have a shelf life of 6 days just for this? I think your business plan starts to go to crud at that point.
Well, listen, I wasn't thinking about this practically. I mean, this is a fantasy, right? So, I don't need to think about the operations.
Abide by real world rules here.
I
want mine with space burgers. Then I want Italian space burgers from Hoth. How's that?
What does that even mean? What's a space burger?
Space burgers. I want Wampa Hoth burgers, Italian meatballs. How's that?
There you go.
But Damon, the thing is, what Tom's saying is, his place could go under in a week, and
that's true.
Yeah. That's totally viable, right?
Exactly.
I guess that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's listen, we're not gonna the high end stuff is gonna be if it's out, right? You don't get that. Then you just gotta go get your pulled pork one or your ham and cheese
this is a terrible business plan already.
Well, listen, my original idea was Italian and you stole it, so I had to come up with...
You could have doubled down on Italian. I was okay with that.
I thought I needed to come up with a new one, so...
you could do... There's actually a sushi place in town here where they occasionally bring in like a whole bluefin tuna and carve it up, and they turn it into like an event where they do that and then they sell the tuna, but then when it's gone, and they do it like once every couple of months. So
Ooh, okay.
you could do
I
something
can
like
see
that.
There you go. You make
Yeah.
it like a special event. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. All
Okay.
right. That works. What's yours, Trevor?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Korean barbecue only because of the fact that last night I found a new place in town here that had really good Korean barbecue, and I just suddenly said, hey, you know what? There's no Korean barbecue in Disney Springs, so it would be all like just I don't even know honestly what it would be on the menu. I've got it in my head right now that I want it to be like, chicken, pork, all the normal stuff, but with, the great Korean spices. I don't know how much you guys go for Korean barbecue, but like with the, it gets really spicy sometimes. So I guess it wouldn't necessarily be for everybody, but, yeah. And then I was trying to look up because I was going to steal your idea, David, about, naming it Welcome Home in Korean, but I have no idea how to pronounce Welcome Home in Korean. So that probably wouldn't work.
This is what I'm going to say too.
Yeah.
What does your building look like? My building is the leaning tower, and it's actually leaning, and that's like my shtick on my place, right? So you can sit
the
outside.
Whole restaurant's leaning.
Yeah, the whole restaurant's leaning, but you can also sit outside on the different levels, and it kind of feels weird because it's leaning.
Wait a second. You're
Wow.
saying that my truffle thing's impractical, but your leaning building is not impractical?
How is that impractical?
Fair game.
But I don't understand how it's impractical. Why can't I build a fortified leaning tower? It's like, obviously I'm going to have an engineer come out and, make sure the structure is sound, but it can be leaning, right?
But no, you're gonna have people with food like flying off their table.
So
and,
you're not understanding. So it's not like where you're sitting is leaning; it's skewed leaning.
It creates a visual thing that can.
Yeah. So you have
So
So you have the tower itself looks like it's leaning, but everything is still horizontal to the ground.
When you said it felt a little weird, I assumed you meant it felt a little weird that people were eating while they were tilted. So
No. But it's going to feel weird because, again, it's this perception because
It's an
the
optical
building. Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
got it. Yeah, okay.
It's kind of
I
like
understand
rotating restaurants, right? Like,
Yeah.
that. All right,
Okay.
all right. Sorry, continue,
and-
Trevor.
well, no. So you go next. Well,
Does yours
what
look
would
like a
be-
big pit of barbecue, Trevor?
Would I don't know. I mean, would it be a big barbecue pit? I don't know what a Korean barbecue place traditionally looks like. I guess that like the place in town here, it's just a restaurant. Like there's nothing special about it. What could I do to make it special? You're putting me on the spot here. I haven't thought about this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We probably,
What is
we
Tom's-
probably all
what-
should have done some prep work on this.
I mean,
What does Tom's Grilled Cheese place look like, though?
yeah. Is it just a food truck, or is it like a big grilled cheese sandwich looking building?
See, I was imagining a big grilled cheese sandwich. That's what I was imagining.
Okay.
A giant grilled cheese, at least a giant grilled cheese on top of it, right? Like on the roof, like a big grilled cheese. Yeah.
Did we
I
ever
didn't name
say
mine
what
either,
your
but-
place was going to be called?
No, I hadn't thought about it, but I got to think about this now. Yeah, I'll have to get back to you. I got to think about it. I don't know.
It has to have a great pun.
Is there? I'm trying to think if there's something like Disney I can work in there too, but I can't think of anything.
All right. So we'll let you slide on that, and we're going to go on
Okay.
to retail store. So this one's tough for me, but I think what I would try to accomplish is some sort of place that will make custom shirts within the day. So I can't make it so that they're not made within the hour, but I would like, a full on Disney licensed, and everything is available. Okay. So there's a multitude of every cartoon and every movie, everything they've ever made exists in this place in terms of being able to make a shirt out of it. And then you can put your own sayings on and things like that. But again, it's going to be really tough to pull off with the amount of people. So the price, unfortunately, is going to be extremely high because we have to have a lot of workers to be able to turn these around in 24 hours. But that's what I'm looking at is, so again, like a DuckTales show might have 50 different ideas and you can mix and match things. You know, it's kind of like what happens at swim meets where you can get anything made and they just heat press it, but at a very larger scale. So again, these shirts are going to be expensive, but you can get anything and, you know, anything within reason written on it. That's what I'm going for. All licensed, of course.
Interesting. I think I want to go, you know, and he gave the option here of something more interactive like The Void. So that's kind of
that's next.
It's an or. It's an or.
No. We're doing that. Entertainment is next. Save that for next. This is retail only, my friend.
All right. Well, now I got to think about what I want to sell then. Damon, remember?
Maybe Trevor knows.
Okay.
All right. I was just going with the interactive thing.
No, that's next.
Okay, I'll go next then. Give you some time to think, Tom. What I would go for is I would set up, again, you know, fully Disney licensed store, but I would sell all the toys that you never can find in the park. So what I mean is that, you know, like you get attached to a particular show, like, let's use, so I'm trying to think back to one recently that I was like hyped about, but never found any merch for. Like some of the like Disney Channel shows that never really go anywhere. You know what I mean?
Like Jake Long, the American Dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jake Long. So yeah, let's use Jake Long.
And these are all exclusive toys only to this place.
Correct. Yeah. So it's not that you can go and find it, you know, in the parks or anything. It's that you come to the store and it's all those like off
Okay.
or the non super popular, like you won't find Anna and Elsa in the store. You will find Jake Long toys, Jake Long, t-shirts, that kind of stuff for the people that specifically are looking for and are fans of those shows.
Okay. But so, all right, let me ask some questions now. I like this idea. So are these collectibles? Is there a limited run on these? But I got multiple questions. So that would be one question. The second is, how are we limiting people from buying them all up and then reselling them? So let's go with those two questions first. So are they limited run? And how do we stop people from buying them all? And are they they have to be super expensive if they're limited run.
So the interesting thing that, like I said, that some of these shows, I would like there to always be something present from each show.
Okay.
So it's not that there would be certain things that would come through, like, you know, if there was, you know, if a new show just came out, you know, potentially limited run stuff. But the idea is to just generally have this stuff available. And even like, you know, Moana was a good example when it first came out. Is, you know, people were like, you know, oh, Moana was great. Is there anything about it in the parks? And there was nothing for a while. There was nothing available to it.
I could get gummy bear plushes here, I'm assuming.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you could get all your gummy bear plushes. They would not be limited run. And I think that partly solves the problem of people buying them up.
Okay.
And selling them online because that's what I would try to want to facilitate is that
that's an interesting store idea.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
And like I said, you know, it turns it into a place where it's like, you know, you can get that stuff, and it kind of takes away some of the urgency and takes away some of the desire for people to want to, you know, essentially scalp these things and put them up on eBay.
Well, one, because it's at Disney Springs, so you don't even need a park ticket to get it, which is good.
Yeah.
And two, it's going to be like Gummy Bears is from now until, you know, whenever. They keep it all the same.
Yep.
Okay.
And yeah. And then, yeah, like I said, it would just, the only interesting thing about the store would be as time goes on, you know, these shows keep coming up. So it would have to eventually be a fairly large store, and it would be like World of Disney, but I don't know.
I don't know if we can fit that much space. How about this? How about when it starts out, we have 3 or 4 things from each show, and as new shows come out, it kind of knocks that down a little bit. So you always have one gummy bear thing, but maybe when the show opened, it was 4.
Yeah. Yeah. That was.
But then they become limited then. Then we run into a problem again.
But again, over time, that it's kind of like it's not the initial opening hype of, you know, this is a limited run, get it now or never get it kind of thing. It's like, you know, years later, these things get gradually phased out so that, you know, people get their chance to get their fix, so to speak. But then new stuff is coming in. So there's always something interesting there. And it's always different from, the usual fare of stuff you find in the park.
Okay. Have we given Tom enough time to come up with something, or is he just passing?
I mean, I've got some ideas, but I'm not going to like any of them.
Go for it. This is a wait list. Go for it. This is your time to go for it.
This pretty much just explains, how quickly we can think of things, because we did absolutely no pre-work for this show.
We probably should have done some pre-work.
We should have done pre-work. So just so everybody knows.
It's better this way. I think it's better this way.
Zero pre-work. I didn't even think about this until I literally clicked into this podcast.
Yeah, I thought about it, but it's so I guess my first thought is I want to get a store. I want to have a store that sells. You guys are gonna laugh at this. I was gonna jokingly say it. I'm gonna open a Blockbuster Video and only sell old Disney movies from it, like old Disney VHS movies.
You know that 10-second ahead, everyone. You can start clicking that right now.
This was a joke, but I'm really thinking more of like I would want to open like one of those cool like candy stores that has like the big things of candy where you can scoop whatever you want. It's by weight, and they have like some of the cool old candies.
So like the old fashioned penny candy.
Yeah, like that kind of place. I think that would be a fun place to have at a Disney Springs.
It might be chaos, but it would be cool.
Oh yeah, those places are chaos. Yeah,
yeah, totally. I'm thinking, because wasn't Candy Cauldron like that a long time ago, but it kind of evolved into what it is now?
I believe so.
Yeah. So you're bringing back something that people would miss.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, that wasn't a terrible idea.
No,
I like the older candies too. I like having like some of those older candies that you can't really get anymore too. Those are like one of my favorite candies during Halloween was always like bottle caps. You ever do bottle caps? I love bottle caps. You can't really find those that often anymore, although they do still exist. I mean, they do show up occasionally, but I love like that kind of stuff. Or like what else is there? Oh, those Necco wafers. Those are yeah, I hate those. But there's one of those like weird treats that you could get. Man, there's a lot of that kind of stuff that's around. Okay. So yeah, I think that's what I would do.
Be absolute chaos, but I like it. It would be like McCool's, but like with candy.
Club McCool's, but chaos.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then you can have the sample tray or sample station, which that would be that chaos that you want, Damon.
Do you have a disgusting candy in there too?
Oh, you got to have some gross candies.
Something black licorice.
Or you got to have those jelly beans.
Black licorice is awful.
is there like a whole line of jelly beans that taste like gross things? Isn't that a thing?
It's called Harry Potter.
The Harry Potter ones. That's right.
Or Bean Boozled is I think the other brand.
You got to have those, man. I also would want like some of like those like gag stuff when you were a kid too.
But what about like an elite candy shop like they have in Universal?
What like the what is that place called? That looks like a chocolate factory, that kind of place?
No, not the Emporium.
That's Emporium. No, you're talking about something else.
Yeah, I'm talking about the actual in Harry Potter land. There's the candy store like they have it in the movies.
Oh, I'm not
the name is escaping me now, but I know where you're talking about.
I don't know. Now, it's funny, now that I think about it, my restaurant might be changed to the Disney Candy Emporium, because I do love that at Universal.
It's not Honeydukes. No. Is it Honeydukes? No.
You'll have to Google it while we talk about the next one, Trevor, and we'll let you chime in. All right, so entertainment-wise. All right, you ready for what I got for entertainment? Yep. I think this has been discussed before, but I think this is the way to go, is so it's like The Void, but it's Disney escape rooms, specifically based on cartoon stuff.
So wait, escape room though with the VR headset?
No. It's the same
just straight
setup.
Escape room. Okay.
Yeah, so it's the same setup. So what would happen is that you would enter, like, in The Void where you go into each room and then the group behind you comes into the right. It would be like that. So it's not like you would go into the escape room and all of a sudden you would run through the whole thing, right? Because that doesn't make sense in terms of being able to get enough people in. So again, these prices have to be Void prices because you're probably pushing the same amount of people through, I would think. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it would be, maybe 3 or 4 different cartoons or movies, like, and each one would be based on that. and it would be, escape room style. So you'd have a DuckTales when you go into the first room, blah, blah, blah. You'd have to find out, where the code is to turn on Launchpad's airplane because you need to fly to the next room, all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to say Disney Escape Room. And I think did someone mention this on the group or not? I don't even know, but that's my idea that I'm sticking with for this one. Escape rooms based on afternoon cartoons and or Disney movies.
All right. I'm going to go with an idea. I like that idea, Dave. That sounds like fun. I like a good escape room. I kind of miss doing escape rooms here during this time when all that stuff isn't possible, but I would love to do one soon. But that's a great idea. I think what I want to do is something like the Void. I want to combine the Void with laser tag.
Okay.
Right?
That's tough because you got to run with that equipment. It's
you do. This is assuming you can get lighter equipment because that Void equipment is heavy, right?
Yeah. Someone's going to hit a wall.
Yeah, someone's going to run directly into a wall. But I'm thinking, I was thinking to myself, okay, you have opponents that you're shooting at, but you also, within the VR, have people shoot it.
There is something similar to this already. It's zombie-based, I believe.
Oh,
but
really?
you're not shooting at other people.
You're shooting
and
at
it's
zombie
really
VR. Yeah.
Really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, what is it called? I forget the name, but it's super duper expensive.
Oh, really?
And
okay.
Yeah, and what it is that you go in and like I said, you can. It's like you're in a spot where you're shooting against zombies to keep everyone safe, but people can get hit and get knocked out of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is pretty cool in terms of that. Is it Velocity VR? It's one of those places. I think there's probably a few of them that have cropped up now, but I think that would be kind of cool. So not on rail. It is still on rails, but it's like,
it's like a horde or like you said, survival type thing. So things are coming at you,
and you can be knocked out of the game, right? So that would be kind of cool. That would eliminate the whole running
into other people.
Yeah, I mean, you might a little bit, and I think that you could also then pick like what sort of thing you want it to be, like a medic or this, right? Like you could kind of make it like that. That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool. I'm thinking of myself. I'm thinking like Star Wars themed, right? So like one side is like stormtroopers, and like how like when you did the Void, if you looked at like the people you were with, they looked like a stormtrooper. Like I'm thinking, you're rebels. You're looking at stormtroopers. They see you as rebels. You see them as stormtroopers. You know what I mean? Like, and then you're shooting at each other. Maybe you have something to separate you or something, so you don't run into the other people. You're not fully able to move around.
Like a closed battlefield.
Yeah, kind of. Almost like dodgeball. Like there's a wall in the middle somewhere, but you can like see over it and you don't go over that. I don't know.
Okay.
That's my thought. And also, outside of that, not just that, also, like an arcade, like kind of do some of the cool stuff that like Disney Quest did, like some of those cool kind of things.
You just
like add that in there.
Idea, damn it.
Well, no, you can still do it. I'm just saying, like, I have some of that stuff there. So, I'm combining it with an arcade. The Void was just the Void. I want the laser tag place, and I want a traditional arcade with some cool stuff in it. So you do yours, Trevor. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So yeah, what I was thinking was I want to bring back Disney Quest, but a more, an updated version of it. So not just bringing in a bunch of old arcade cabinets, but possibly doing some custom arcade work, kind of similar to, like Damon. I think Damon, you said you were building an arcade cabinet, right?
I have one already.
Yeah. So yeah,
I got lazy. I did not build it myself, by the way.
Fair
one, right? Yeah. Well, I remember I think you posted in the Facebook group.
Yeah.
or on your Facebook page. Yeah.
So the thinking is to have, an arcade area where you can play old arcade games, but instead of, again, like I said, the traditional cabinets is, you have, these single point, arcade things, and you can switch between games and all that. And then expanding on the simulator rides that Disney Quest had, but again, making it a more updated version. I'm not against having them be VR based, but I would like it to be, again, back to how it was where, like the raft one where, you actually got into a raft and there was some movement to it. Yeah. Yeah. So more of those kinds of experiences, not a not just a VR, or not VR only. Like I said, I would actually like to see a mix between the two, but ultimately, you know, a reinvention of Disney Quest in a current era.
You know what would actually be kind of cool too? If they made an arcade that had all of the Disney arcade only games in it.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool too.
So you're talking like the old, like the Genesis games and...
No. I'm talking arcade only.
Which Disney arcade games are you?
So you got this, most of the Star Wars games. There's a bunch of Star Wars.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Star Wars, yeah.
I don't know what else exists.
I guess anything Marvel works, because there is lots of
anything Marvel
games.
works. Yep. I don't know if there's any true like Disney games. I don't know the answer to that.
I'm trying. Honestly, I spent a lot of time in arcades, and I don't remember any specific Disney arcade games. Most of the Disney games came out on consoles.
Yeah.
Now I'm Googling Disney arcade games to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we'd have to go consoles. Maybe.
Yeah, because like you could get like Castle of Illusion would be a good one. Yeah. Did you find any, Tom, or no?
No, I'm not really finding any here now.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that would be the hard part, is that, you know, you could do arcade style games, but then have it be the console games.
Yeah.
Because that does work. Like you could definitely set that up.
That's true. All right.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for us. Now we're on to our next section, which...
Oh wait, no, we gotta answer his last question.
Oh, what's the last question?
How much discount would members of the page get?
Members of the page are free forever, for life.
Whoa! So wait, all you have to do is join a page, and then I guess we have to let
for a
people
year,
in, right?
That,
okay, you got to be there.
You have to be there. So it would be a secret group, right? You'd have to be a member of the page for a year and contribute to at least on average one post per month for that year. So that way you couldn't just try to like roll in and be in free.
That's a lot of requirements.
But it's free then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true.
I mean, it's free to get into my one run through the what's it called. You don't. It's not free food for that. Sorry, it only applies to the entertainment portion.
Gotcha.
So if you were part of the page and you came into the restaurant, I guess 20%.
All right.
At the t-shirt shop, the t-shirt shop's way too busy. 0. You get nothing. Sorry. or no, you know what? Let me rephrase that. There's going to be a maybe 5 to 10 special things you can put on your shirt that only apply to members of the group. How's that?
Ooh, yeah. Limited edition things that only members can get. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Golden button.
The golden button. Yeah.
Yeah.
The golden button.
The golden button.
I really need to. I really am kind of kicking myself. I didn't create a golden button for my upcoming trip, since it is my wife's birthday while we're there. So
yeah, that's pretty.
There's
brutal,
still time.
You know, there is still time. I don't even know how to make a button.
Well, buy a button, get some gold spray paint, and
I'm sure you can buy a gold button.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure.
Amazon has one, I'm sure.
All right. So so wait, Trevor, are we both doing the same thing that Damon's doing, and just, not charging our people anything at all? Are we going along with that?
I think that's fair. If people are going to put in the effort to be involved in the group, I think it's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with giving everybody free. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. All right, so the next part.
This is going to be weird, people. So buckle up.
Bear with us. All right, so what we decided we're going to do, just a little bit of this. We're not going to do the whole episode, because the whole episode is an hour long, so we're not going to do that. So we're going to skip around a little bit and listen to our very first episode, since we are 4 years in here, and we're going to just laugh at how bad we sound and some of the stupid things we've done. So I think that's what we're going to plan on doing here. So
Pandora, right? We're going into Pandora.
Yeah. Do we want to start just with okay, let's play here. Oh God, I just used
everything DVC. I'm joined
listen to how bad we sound. Like, that sound is terrible. First off,
yeah, that was that like your iPhone headset?
No, that was just like a gaming headset that I had. Oh God,
I haven't even heard myself on here yet. So
let's go.
and every day by Damon and Trevor. And before we kind of get started, we're going to introduce ourselves, talk a little bit about who we are and why we're doing this podcast and what this is all about. But before we start that, just want to let everybody know that this podcast is for.
I am the Canadian chapter of this podcast. So, yeah, so I've been a Disney fan since. Same thing, like all my life.
You sound very gravelly. You sound very gravelly there.
I don't know how to speak.
All our equipment was terrible too. I don't even remember what I was using.
Yeah, it's you sound very gravelly. Let's get to Damon. Let's see what Damon sounds like.
Disneyland, I was like 4 years of other options into it, and
I don't think that they've missed, but maybe 1 year themselves.
I sound the best.
We've been there at least once every year since then, and sometimes multiple times. We're actually going to be going this year as well.
You sound like you're. You sound like you're
August,
muffled
which
though.
we all know is very hot. I'm also one of the owners at bsckids.com.
Look at that. I like the plug. I can get another plug in here 4 years
Channel,
later.
Disney XD, Disney Junior. So definitely
Dan will like that.
invested in Disney all around.
Yeah, thank you guys. And I think that the great thing about the three of us,
I feel like I
is we
sound
all
like I'm
bring different
12.
Perspectives. I don't have any kids. It's just my wife and I.
There's
so we
the
do things-
They were starting
we do
in
Disney a
strong.
little bit differently than some other folks, that do have kids. And
There
you
we
guys
go.
both
Go
have
ahead,
kids,
Tom.
which you can provide
Skip ahead.
insights on those things.
Yeah.
Let's
get to Pandora. I want to see what we said about
June 13th
Pandora.
and May 22nd.
And they're full already, right? I think most
Those
of
are
them
full already.
Yeah.
Pandora, which will be opening on May 27th, and DVC and
There's a lot
annual
of
pass previews
from
have just
Tom.
started.
Thank goodness he
not
broke
just
that
started.
habit.
They've just got sent out, and they'll be going out May 13th and May 22nd.
And they're full already, right? I think most
those
of
are
them
full already.
Yeah.
Those are full already. So. So you can't even register for those at this point. But if you were one of, what's that?
You got to be quick.
You do. You got to be quick. And it's funny because they put those things out, and I think they were probably full with
Also,
it.
just
probably by the end of the day, right?
Just the pee popping and all that stuff, like our early equipment was not good with that.
There's something to be said for having the right equipment for doing this.
Yeah, that's very true. We sound a lot better now than we did in the first episode. So
So Trevor, when are you going? When's your next trip? Because again, I think that both Tom and myself will actually see it in this, this summer. Maybe not. Tom, you'll see it before me, but I mean, I'll see it in August. Are you actually going this summer at all, Trevor, or no?
We're actually going in September. And
Okay.
so we originally planned to go for
Wait, was
the
that
Halloween party.
Was that the bad trip?
And it actually worked out really nicely that we're there the week of one of the
that was the hurricane trip.
That was the hurricane
Moonlight Magic events. So I'm going to try and get into that as well. Which that one's for Animal Kingdom specifically, which I'm hoping means that there will be some Pandora specific stuff to it as well.
I forgot that I missed Moonlight Magic.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Oh yeah, you did. You missed that. Oh, that whole thing got screwed up for you.
That was a train wreck. That whole trip was just
I'm actually going like 2 weeks after it opens, or like about maybe like 3 weeks after it opens. Which
I kind of forgot that I went that close
because
after
it's going to
opening.
be nuts.
Now, there's something to be said about going again. Specifically, we've gone to both Harry Potter openings. Right, so not
I still
Disney,
stand by
but
this.
per se. But
Yes, you do. Yeah,
there's something a little bit more magical about being there when you're some of the first people.
Yes, all the hype and everything.
Good job,
around
old
it.
Damon. You're so smart.
Everyone's more excited because it's like going to see a movie. You go see a movie like the third week after it's been out. It's a little different than going to see it opening night or even the opening weekend.
You're so smart.
I think Tom fits into opening weekend, not really, but close enough in comparison
in
to
Disney terms.
Yes,
in Disney terms. In Disney terms, opening weekend lasts for like a couple months, right?
Exactly. I think.
I'm excited for that because I think it'll be. There is a really cool aspect to it where you can say I was there 2 weeks after it opened because that's going to be there for.
I was there
forever,
2 weeks
right?
after it opened, guys.
and I can say, oh yeah, I was there when that
that
first opened, and that's a really cool thing to be able to say. I just know it's going to be crazy.
But what? The other thing that's pretty neat about being there when it opens, and again, we've seen this at some other parks as well as Disney. There's going to be
thinking about this. It's crazy how, that was only 4 years ago.
Yeah,
but it feels like Pandora's been open forever.
It really does, right? It feels like it's been open way longer than that.
We should have picked one where we came back and said how we liked it.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, but this, I think it's appropriate for us to think about the first episode because we are literally at 4 years. So
Yeah.
What was the end of the episode like? Were we funny at the end?
You mean the very end?
Yeah, or was it just boring?
I mean, we can skip to the end and see.
Yeah,
I've had enough of Pandora already. So
yeah. What did we even talk about for the next 45 minutes after this? I'm going to jump to the middle and see where we're at.
Which I love the pool and everything, just not the food.
Well, and for me, I love I think it might be my favorite. I shouldn't say my favorite DVC resort.
Here, so let's see at the end here.
Character selfies. I love it. So that's great. So we would love to hear, like Damon said, we'd love to hear some emails from you guys.
We'd like to hear emails.
That's right.
This podcast is going to be in all the places you can find podcasts.
Tom, you might want to turn
iTunes,
that thing that you have on in Chrome back on for yourself.
Podcast through.
What's that?
You might want to turn that thing that you have in Chrome. So you can hear emails.
So you can hear emails.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen.
You know what? So I want to make an observation here too. That it's funny that when that first episode, you can hear, or at least I can hear, that we're all still kind of unsure of each other.
Yeah.
I think we were still kind of figuring each other out a little bit and how to engage with each other.
But you know what, Trevor? I will say is that I think it also does sound like we're still very friendly for not knowing each other.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right.
You knew it meshed, even if we were feeling each other out. You knew it meshed because we were all like, "Oh, this kind of works."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think that was the thing, is as the episode went along, we kind of got better. Like once we got past that initial unsure section, it definitely gets better. And we start to figure out that, we can actually like play off of each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but it's funny because listen back to this, just the little conversation we had. It's not as bad as I remembered it being. Like I mean, the ingredients were there, like you're saying, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't too as bad as I thought, but I think oh God, I don't even want to play the rest of this, but I remember how I ended the first show, and
that's what we want to hear.
Yeah, let's see how
Android. Just search for Welcome Home Podcast, for Disney, for pretty much anything Disney related, DVC, and we should come up on there. And like I said, if you subscribe to our podcast, you're going to be.
We really do sound like we're in like a box somewhere. Yeah. Like we sound like we're somewhere like
broadcasting from the refrigerator box.
There was somebody, I think there was an early review where I think it was somebody said, Trevor, that you sounded like you were talking through a soup can tied to a string. I think somebody said that.
Yeah.
That was one of my more favorite emails.
It was just a bad headset that I had.
Yeah, we've upgraded since then. So
yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'll continue.
And, release those every Sunday, every 2 weeks. One more
Sundays.
time before we go, our podcast is for entertainment only. We are not employed by Walt Disney Company as much as we'd like to be.
Music was different.
So as such, any opinion we express on this show is our own. So please consult Disney or DVC representative, to verify any of the information we gave you today. On behalf of Damon, Trevor, and myself.
Oh God, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. I can't do it. I can't play the rest of it. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay, yeah, no, you can leave it there. People that want to listen can go back and listen, I guess.
Oh, awful.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say it's hard because I think we've all said this is going back and listening to yourself is always terrible. It's always the worst thing. Like you always pick up. You're right. It's really not, but it's just you pick up all the little things that you do, and you go, "Gosh, I wish I didn't do that." Right?
Tom with the A and ums is where I think he's grown a lot.
He's grown. Thank you. I've tried to. I'll play the rest of this. But I remember what we did. I used to do the joke from the Jungle Cruise about if you enjoyed this trip, I've been
that's what we want to hear.
Oh no,
how goofy you sound.
Yeah. It's already bad. All right, so I'll just play it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to our very first Welcome Home podcast. We hope you join us next time and have a magical day.
Oh, I didn't do it this time.
I
didn't do it. Okay, it must have been later we did that. Okay, it must have been later. Okay, thank God. That was not too bad. No. I can deal with it. Oh.
So that's a wrap on the wait list.
Yeah, I think our waitlist episodes are better when they're small bites like this, right? Smaller bites, I guess, right? So,
yeah.
All right. Well,
We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed the Waitlist. I'll be back after this, and I'll do a trip report and talk about all the stuff I saw. So that's been the Waitlist. Thanks for joining.
This is Skipper Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, signing off from Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Do a huddle when we hit its hair. How she can cuddle is no man's affair. I looked around from pole to pole, found her in a sugar bowl.